we're the Nooses from Texas, and we're Homestead Homies, and you're watching Off Grid with Doug and Stacy.
What's up, Homestead Homies? We're out here in the wind. It's not terribly cold, it's not terribly warm. I'm getting it done. We're back on the greenhouse build. I wanted to address one of the questions that we get often is about this shed area that I built on the side of the greenhouse. A lot of people were wondering if it was going to obstruct the light from getting into the greenhouse, because it is on the eastern side, and this is a long side of the greenhouse. I basically have my greenhouse facing south with the sides east and west, and the back is in the north. In our area, you always have to look how your land is set up, where you're gardening at, and how the sun rises and sets over your area so you can make the proper greenhouse placements. Now, there's lots of arguments out there that the long side of the greenhouse should be facing to the south, and then a lot of people say that the front of the greenhouse should be facing to the south. Really what matters is that you get direct sunlight for the maximum hours of the day. So here we have an easterly rise on the left side, or the tool side, tool shed area of our greenhouse, and then it comes up with no obstruction, high in the sky at noon, right down on the front here, south, all across the top of the building. So you're getting full sun all this way, and then as it sets to the west, we also have full sun all the way till 7, 8, 9 p.m. at night, especially in the deep summer months. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing with the tool area, how I'm skinning that area, if you will, so I can make sure that I get the maximum amount of sun from all angles on our greenhouse. Okay, so as you guys are seeing, I'm basically just using the same Tuftex panels for the sides and roof of the shed building as well. So what will happen is the sun will hit that, it'll pass through and go right through to the next greenhouse layer and go right into the greenhouse. So I'm not going to miss out on any sun from my eastern side, and then I'll have full sun all day. So I'm going to get back to doing this, and we'll see how it looks when we're finished. Yeah, it's kind of a short video today. I tried to get a lot done, but by the time I got this wall on, did the roof, fit that panel in down there, I thought I was going to be able to put part of the door on this video to show you guys how I'm going to do the barn doors on this greenhouse videos. But I just thought I would get a lot more done, but really I only have to do this last panel up here, and then I can start on my doors. So that'll be probably in the next video about the greenhouse. think for this video, it's pretty much a wrap. Alright, so that's it for this greenhouse build. I'm just going to tell you guys, I built that outdoor kitchen, and then I spun right into this pretty much. I had a few other things I was doing. But the weather came, it got real gloomy. You know, we've had some really kind of cold days and a lot of foggy, misty, rainy, crappy days for this winter. We haven't really had much of a winter, but it's just kind of one of those things, you just kind of lose your motivation. I mean, you guys will know what I'm talking about once you get on your homestead, or if you're on your homestead right now, you're going to find these times when, you know, you just kind of lose your motivation. And so, no joke about it, I did. And now I got to play catch up a little bit because it looks like we might get an early spring. So, you know, don't think you're going to be like on the homestead and you're going to be like rocking out some, you know, projects all the time, and you'll start something and it'll take you a minute because you'll kind of lose interest, and then you'll get going back on it, and that's pretty much what's happened here. So just trying to keep it real with you guys, and plus I'm doing it by, you know, pretty much by myself. I mean, Sam came up and helped, and Stacy gives me a hand here and there. It gets kind of tricky with one person, so but you know, I ain't whining or nothing. This is, you know, this is what we're doing, and it works fine. So, but I'm just saying, you know, everything's not go go go. So I'm just sharing with you guys kind of what I'm doing on the greenhouse when I'm doing it. As soon as I get these ends closed in on each end, we'll kind of talk about ventilation and stuff like that. You know, because we're not going to have fans and vents and all this stuff. I'm trying to think of a couple ways I can naturally allow air to flow through there besides the doors being open. Also, that was one of the reasons why it's up off the ground, is so air can come in, cool air will come in, hot air rises, and then I'll have it kind of go out of the ends of the overhang. I'll probably do that like I did the outdoor kitchen with screen, so that allows all the hot air to ride up the roof and exit the buildings. So we'll see how that works, and if it doesn't work that well, then we can always make adjustments later on. So that's it. I don't know what else to tell you guys about this one except slow and steady wins the race. And then once I get those ends done, then we'll move on to keeping the cats and the chickens and the dogs and everybody out of the greenhouse and the raised beds and our back to Eden style garden, so you guys can see what I have in mind and what I have in store for that. So that's it. This is Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.